Tonight, we start off by taking a look at Auburn University's COVID numbers before moving on to find out what students are getting up to around campus before going home for summer. Then, speaking of summer, we'll inform you on all the fun activities you can get up to this summer with the 2022 Summer Brochure, as well as how your favorite tree can become the shining star in the city of Auburn. We'll also take a look nationally by updating you on Russia's new general and the effects on inflation in the United States. Finally, spring is here and summer is coming. That means many blockbuster movies are coming to theaters near you. Find out which ones did well at the box office this weekend, while others not so much. All of that and more is coming up next on Eagle Eye's Monday News at 6.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Mary Lauren Burdeshaw.
And I'm Kelis McGhee. The Auburn University COVID Resource Center has reported 10 new positive COVID cases for the week of March 28th through April the 3rd. This number is 8 cases less than the previous week's number of 18 cases and shows a slight downtick in the number of positive cases since the lift of the mask mandate on Auburn's campus. These numbers continue to be significantly less than the reported numbers from the beginning of this semester and continue along the lines of the consistent downward trend we have seen this semester. The center has also reported that out of 119 on-campus administered tests, only 1 came back with a positive result. That is a 0.8% positivity rate, which is a slight decrease from the previous week's 1% as well. The East Alabama Medical Center has seen a greater number of hospitalizations and ventilator usage since the start of the new semester that has steadily declined throughout these past few months. The center itself continues to reside in visitation level red, according to its last official report on January 26. You can stay updated on Auburn's COVID situation by visiting the Auburn COVID Resource Center website.
Racism is a serious public health threat. That's what the CDC director said exactly 1 year ago. In a new report detailing the way COVID-19 has impacted the Black community makes it clear. The crisis isn't over. Britt Conway has a look at that report in your Health Minute.
New COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are on the decline across the country. But experts say the crisis isn't over. A new report from the Black Coalition Against COVID-19 details the disproportionate impact the virus has had on Black Americans, something we've watched play out since the early stages of the pandemic. April 2020.
The chronic burden of medical ills is likely to make people of color, especially, less resilient to the ravages of COVID-19.
July 2020.
The populations who are most at risk, that's our Latino and African American communities.
March 2021.
Life-saving vaccines that need to be equitably distributed across our country.
And by April 2021, the head of the CDC said the pandemic illuminated inequities of another epidemic, racism. And this new report shows COVID-19 is still disproportionately affecting Black communities. Among its findings, the report says Black Americans recently experienced the highest rate of hospitalization for any racial or ethnic group, and the risk of dying from the virus is nearly twice as high compared to white people, taking a toll on Black families. Between April 2020 and June 2021, 1 in 310 Black children lost a parent or caregiver, compared to 1 in 738 white children. For experts and advocates alike, it's a call to action to address problems that existed long before the pandemic. For Health Minute, I'm Britt Conway.
Now, we turn to Coleman Turnipseed, the Auburn SGA Vice President, for our weekly update on the Student Senate. Let's take a look.
Hi everyone, my name is Coleman Turnipseed and I'm the Vice President of the Student Government Association. This week in the Student Senate, we had the opportunity to hear the final lecture from Professor Michael Kearly before our meeting. The final lecture allows all students the opportunity to collectively recognize their favorite professors, celebrating those that have made extraordinary contributions to Auburn University through classroom teaching and service to the university. After the final lecture, we conducted our usual Senate proceedings. This week, we confirmed our Assistant Vice Presidents and Executive Directors for the SGA Cabinet. the Vice President for College of Human Sciences, and the President and Vice President for the College of Veterinary Medicine, and the Miss Auburn Chief of Staff. The Student Senate is held every Monday night in the Student Center Room 2222 and 2223 at 7:30 p.m. and is also
Auburn Panhellenic is proud to present a time-honored tradition with the 2022 Greek Singing Competition. On Thursday, April 14th at 7 p.m. in Leavell Arena, Auburn Panhellenic sororities will gather in an exciting showcase of talent, sisterhood, and friendly competition to raise money for Habitat for Humanity, a worldwide nonprofit organization whose mission is to build homes for deserving families. Students, faculty, and the Auburn family are all invited to attend the choreographed dance competition between the 18 Panhellenic sororities, and this year's competition is one you won't want to miss. To purchase tickets, make a donation, or find out more information, visit greeksing.crowdchange.co.
Are you searching for activities that will occupy your time as we count down the days of the end of this semester? Well, look no further. Involvement Ambassador Travis Harrison is here to give you the scoop on all the activities and events you can get involved with on campus this week.
Hi everyone, my name is Travis Harrison, and I hope everyone is having a great week. There are dozens of events going on in Auburn this week, so let's jump right in. First up, Glomerata distribution is going to be starting Tuesday. The Glom is Auburn's yearbook, and tons of work goes into it. They'll be set up at tables all around campus, so make sure to stop by one of the tables and pick up your copy. There are a limited number of books, so you have a better chance of getting one if you look out for them early in the week. Next, on Thursday, the 14th, UPC is hosting a movie night in partnership with the Astronomical Society. It'll be at the Davis Arboretum starting at 7 p.m. They're showing Interstellar, an epic movie about space travel. There will be free pizza, snacks, and soft drinks provided. UPC will also be giving out blankets on a first-come, first-served basis. If you want to play it safe, you can bring your own blanket or chair. The last event that we're going to talk about this week is the World's Fair. Come on by and join the International Student Organization on Friday the 15th from 4 to 6 p.m. At the event, there will be people from all countries all over the world showcasing their culture, traditions, and through tabling and performances. There'll be free food and free stuff at the event, so make sure to come by and experience bits and pieces of the world and be a part of the fun. As always, there are dozens of other events going on, so make sure you check out AU Involve. Thank you, and War Eagle.
When we return from this short break, we'll give you an insight on all the fun activities that you can get up to right here in Auburn this summer. Then, are you already longing for the next school year? Well, we have just the cure. Find out more about Auburn's biggest fall traditions after the break. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
For some fun activities for this summer? Well, the 2022 Auburn Parks and Recreation Summer Brochure is now available online along with printed brochures at Parks and Rec facilities. All summer program registration will begin on Monday, May 1st. To register and participate in any of the programs, you must create an online account before the May 2nd registration date. Auburn residents can register for programs once registration opens, and non-residents may register 2 weeks after the program registration start date. Any required payments may be made online using a credit card, or you may pay with cash or check in person at the Harris Center Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information about online accounts or registering for a program, you may contact the Parks and Recreation Administrative Office at 334-501-2930 or email registration@auburnalabama.org.
Here's a fun idea for all of you nature lovers. All Auburn community members are invited to nominate their favorite tree for the City of Auburn's second annual Outstanding Tree Awards. This fun tradition was created to celebrate Auburn's beautiful forests and parks. Anyone that is interested in nominating a tree is encouraged to share their story, along with a photo of the tree, now through April the 20th. The Auburn Tree Commission will choose and announce a winner during the last week of April. The winning submission will show the importance of trees here at the loveliest village on the plains. Nominations can be submitted at auburnalabama.org/tree/awards.
The The Auburn City Council is currently accepting applications of the Green Space Advisory Board. This board is an important part of the Auburn community given their role of the beautification of the city. Their main roles include land acquisition and utilization, waterway management, creation of sidewalks, and more. The board consists of 7 members who serve 4-year terms. Applications will be accepted until 5 p.m. on April 25th. The board will make their appointment at the May 3rd meeting. Employees of the City of Auburn may not serve on the board. To apply online today, use the link at auburnalabama.org/boards.
One of the biggest fall traditions is the First 56, and with the new semester just around the corner, we can all be looking forward to this fun event. The First 56 is a series of curated events hosted by campus departments and student organizations. This event is important to showcase student life on campus. With Auburn's endless opportunities for students, the First 56 will take place over the first 8 weeks of the fall semester as Auburn's official welcome. This event is here to make Auburn feel like home to the incoming students and give every organization the chance to present their own unique addition to the university. So that every student is set up for success, the university asks that student organizations and campus departments host their own event during the First 56. For more information and details on submitting an event, you can email first56@auburn.edu.
April 13th, Auburn University is proud to have Chuck Leavell speak with media at the J and Susie Gouge Performing Arts Center for the College of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences 75th Anniversary Gala Celebration. Mr. Leavell is the former Rolling Stones keyboardist, along with being a Grammy winner and honorary U.S. Forest Ranger. He is a published author and seems to have a passion for nature after founding Nature Network and being a longtime tree farmer. This gala celebration from 5 to 9 p.m. will also feature Dean Alavalapati, a wildlife extension specialist, and Professor Mark Smith, along with a virtual message from Governor Kay Ivey and more. This gala invitation is invitation only, but any media that wishes to get photos or footage of Leavell's keynote address and performance should contact Jamie Anderson or Charles Martin using the emails jla1105@auburn.edu or marticd@auburn.edu. When we come back, we're talking about Russian President Vladimir Putin appointing a new general and the historic confirmation of Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
A change in command. Russian President Vladimir Putin has appointed a new general to take over Russia's war in Ukraine. It comes after Putin's troops failed to take Kyiv. Moscow is now believed to be preparing for an assault in the eastern part of the country as the atrocities committed by Russian forces in Ukraine are piling up. CNN's Phil Black reports.
The man is General Alexander Dvornikov, and as you've touched on there, yes, his history is going to add to concerns about the likely brutality of Russia's coming operations. He was the commander of Russia's intervention in the Syrian civil war. That was a campaign notorious for its brutality, for the terror, suffering, and death inflicted on civilian populations, notably in the city of Aleppo. It is seen as yet another tacit admission that what Russia has been trying to do up until now hasn't worked. Up until now, the assessment has been that Russian forces in different parts of the country have been acting very independently and in some cases even competing with one another for resources and logistical support. This all adds to the sense that by pulling out of the north, focusing on the east, Russia is looking to mount operations that are more focused, more consolidated. And it's for these reasons that Ukraine believes the coming fight, the coming battles are going to be very difficult indeed.
New reporting on the effects of inflation. There is a lot of talk about fuel and gas prices, but one area that might have an even greater impact, rising healthcare costs. CNN's Vanessa Yurkovich has the story of one couple who are really struggling with medical bills.
$38.12, $329, $440, $13, Olga and Kevin McGarity are sitting with 4 years of medical bills.
That is the gap that the government won't pay.
Taking care of their health and keeping track of the cost consumes everyday life.
I have type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I had a bout with cancer that seems to be in remission at this point. And Olga?
I have thyroid cancer, and it's been pretty much all the time going to the doctor.
Medicare doesn't cover all the medications and visits they need, but private insurance helps pick up the rest, but at a significant out-of-pocket cost.
Every year, the average cost for the last 4 years was $37,000.
One of the biggest issues facing Americans is inflation and rising costs, with 58% worried about how they would cover unexpected medical bills, a top concern.
It's going to cost our life savings.
Medical bills are paid with credit cards, making up nearly all of their $70,000 worth of debt. It's the difficult choice they're making to try to save their home.
That keeps me up every night. It does, because eventually we will be destitute. That's probably the hardest part. Well, I will not leave anything to my son.
51% of Americans say they have put off or gone without medical care in the past year because of cost. Nurse practitioner Tariq Khan sees it firsthand at his clinic dedicated to serving low-income Americans.
The cost of living is going up. The cost of drugs are going up, but they're not making more money to make up for it. With people finding it hard to make ends meet, it's only making those physical health problems worse.
Which is why this food pantry just down the hall from the clinic has been critical. And in the last year, he's noticed it's been busier.
Why are more patients coming in and using the food pantry?
I think with the increased cost, it's making it more difficult for patients to be able to afford to buy food on their own.
Inflation is the key issue facing President Biden, who is trying to make healthcare more affordable by capping the price of drugs like insulin. That would bring immediate relief to millions of Americans like Kevin. That legislation is sitting in Congress.
Are you hopeful?
I am really worried. I don't think anybody that can truly help is getting it.
I tell Olga, I said, I try to put a positive spin on it. I said, we've been married for 40 years. And I said, we're pretty much the same person almost. At this point, I said, if we end up in a cardboard box, that's just the way it is.
A rash of COVID-19 cases among White House staffers and high-profile lawmakers close to President Biden is leading to increased scrutiny on the administration's COVID protocols. As the White House celebrates the historic confirmation of Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court, Reed Binion has the latest.
Today is a good day, a day that history is going to remember.
A celebration of the historic confirmation of soon-to-be Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson on the White House South Lawn Friday.
It has taken 232 years and 115 prior appointments for a Black woman to be selected to serve on the Supreme Court of the United States. But we've made it.
Meanwhile, in the nation's capital, a rash of COVID-19 cases among high-profile lawmakers and notable figures close to the president has journalists pressing the White House on his safety.
Just to be safe, have you considered maybe cutting down some of the big indoor events or scaling back any, changing sort of your tactic with some of these events?
Well, clearly we did the event, the historic event today outside. That was in part to ensure that we could have a huge number of people on the South Lawn celebrating.
The White House says if President Biden became infected with COVID-19, he could still carry out his presidential duties.
He has taken a range of precautions, as we all have, but he's also taken steps like getting the second booster, as he did last week in public. And his doctors are comfortable that he could continue to carry out his duties because of all these steps and precautions and protections he's taken.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
When we return, we'll take a look at what National Day is being celebrated. Then, spring has sprung and summer is coming. Find out after the break what summer blockbusters are out you won't want to miss. Stay tuned.
perfect time to give your dog or cat some extra love. It's National Pet Day. Animal welfare advocate Colleen Page founded the National Day of Recognition for our furry friends on April 11, 2005. While loving our pets is something we do every day, the observance also encourages animal adoption. Pet advocates say the special day is a good time to sort through your favorite animals' toys and throw away ones that are no longer safe. It's also a good day to make sure your pet's vaccinations are up to date. Animal advocates urge pet owners to share pictures of their favorite forever friends on social media Monday.
Summer is just around the corner, and you know what that means? Summer blockbusters. A new #1 movie has sped into U.S. theaters. David Daniel has early estimates for the top 5 at the weekend box office.
The Batman fell to 5th place, but made another $6.5 million for a domestic total of $359 million. Ambulance opened in 4th place with $8.7 million, the lowest debut of director Michael Bay's career. The Lost City checked in at number 3. $9.2 million gave the rom-com adventure a domestic total of $69 million.
As a result of my procedure, I have an overpowering urge to consume blood.
Morbius only managed one weekend to top the chart, falling to 2nd on ticket sales of $10.2 million.
I don't know how you got back, but you made a big mistake coming here.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 stormed out of the gate with a $71 million debut, more than the first Sonic film's debut in 2020, and opening weekend records for Jim Carrey and video game adaptations. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Enthusiastic? Check. Intelligent? Check. Adorable? Is that even a question? Our new pet of the week, Lacey, is a dog with a high drive to please her people. She is very smart and willing to learn anything you can throw at her. Lacey came from a place that lacks socialization, so Lacey is learning that not all people are scary. Although she is timid of strangers, once she gets to know you, she loves you. She would be an amazing running buddy, or if you are wanting to learn something new, she would be great as an agility dog. Lacey is dog-friendly and cat-friendly and did amazing in a foster home. She is learning better leash manners and is overcoming her socialization skills every day. She's 2 years old, spayed, vaccinated, and microchipped. She's also heartworm negative, and her adoption fee is just $25. Apply for her today. We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Mary Lauren Burdeshaw.
And I'm Kelis McGhee. Thank you for watching, and War Eagle.